Slack Pack Alphas. Welcome back to my channel, Cerius Blaq with Cerius Blaq. I'm your host, Cerius Blaq, here to react, but I'm not doing it alone. As you can see, DJ Switch is back in the house.
What's up, y'all? I'm stoked, man. As one of the newest members of the Alphas community, I am super hyped to be back and checking out some more XG stuff. I've been having a really hard time since our episode last week because like all I want to do is just like jump on the internet and check out all the XG stuff. But like the problem is like I committed to doing this with you, and so I have to kind of wait for you to show it to me while we're recording.
Alphas, we can all understand that problem, right? Wanting to jump ahead, like we've all been there. So I'm sorry, like I'm making him suffer a little bit, but also I think it would be great with the format that we're doing it and how I'm introducing it to him. If you have suggestions, you know, about what to show in the future, you know, let me know in the comments, and make sure to also go check out our show This Week in Vinyl on Switch's channel. We just were finished recording our third episode, and he dropped some heat on me this week, y'all. So make sure to go look at that. Now, to get into this today, we're doing more XG. Obviously, we are going to continue with XG move number 2. So you saw the first dance performance. Now again, this is stuff that they kind of released ahead of them debuting. So move number 2 is actually a compilation of little short dance performances by each member.
Okay.
So this will be a good way for you to learn the names a little bit as well. And you'll get to see how each of them are different, but also a group. So, all right. So we're
just like the Lions of Ultron, man. I'm saying.
Exactly. Oh, dope. Anyway, all right. We're starting with XG move number 2, and the first up is Jurin. And remember, she is the group's leader.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pink Pants.
Wait, no. Pink Pants was Juria.
Oh, okay.
She's a singer. Jurin is the rapper slash sub vocalist slash choreographer dance lady.
Thank you for sorting that out for me, because that's the other problem I'm having, because I'm purposely trying not to jump ahead with the XG stuff. Like I haven't done a lot of homework on who each individual member is and who so I'm still working on names. I'm still working on like individual like personalities and stuff. So I hope that the fan base, the alphas, will forgive me for that. But I'm purposely trying not to get ahead, just because I want to make sure that we are able to like explore the content authentically. I'm having a great time, but I really want to.
Bro, don't worry about it. Alphas, the real alphas, will be very kind to us in the comments, and everybody knows. Like you've only had one session so far, and I've seen reactors out here who were like been in a year. They still don't know who's who. So you good. you good, dog.
Shout out to the folks that were leaving comments on the last video, by the way. Like I saw some really, really nice comments and some really like positive stuff out there. So I appreciate the alphas being so kind to me.
Word up. All right, let's get started. So first up, like I said, is Jurin, and here we go.
You're a real bitch, light it up, light it up. You're a real bitch, gon' light it up, light it up. It's your birthday, gon' light it up, light it up. I'm drunk and a bitch, gon' light it up, light it up.
She can get it running over to me. Yeah. She heard about me and she know I'm a freak. Ooh. She get tired running over me. Yeah. Girl, you know ain't no controlling me. No. Close your mouth when I'm tasting it. Yeah. I don't taste when I drink it. Tell your girl she can play with it. Line it up so we sing it. Gon' keep it going like yeah, 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 yeah. I know you see the smoke in the air, yeah, yeah. So just light it up, mommy. Don't tell nobody. Want me to push up on you. Just keeping your balance. All that ass dropping, all that ass dropping. Ooh, light it up.
You're a real bitch, light it up, light it up. If you're a real bitch, gon' light it up, light it up. It's your birthday, gon' light it up, light it up. I'm drunk and I'm throwing middle fingers up, fingers up. Ooh, my niggas gon' light it up, light it up. If you a real nigga, gon' light it up, light it up. It's your birthday, light it up, light it up. If you a real bitch, gon' light it up, light it up. Yeah, Mellow,
You a real bitch, light it up.
T-Raw, C-Breeze.
If you a real bitch, gon' light it up. You a real bitch, light it up. If you a real bitch, gon' light it up.
Okay. I have a question.
Yeah.
Is that choreographed or improvised?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That tracks.
Actually,
You're a real bitch.
we can actually check that real quick. It is choreographed. Original choreography is by Natalie Bebko.
Okay. Now here's what I want to. Here's the reason why I asked that question. Watching that performance, I couldn't tell if it was choreographed or improvised, and I think that's the point. Modern contemporary street style dancing obviously has a like deep roots in b-boy culture, right? Has deep roots in things like pop and lock, the light feet, the crazy legs, the whole thing, right? Like these are components of like a modern street style that it can be choreographed or it can be improvised, and if they're good enough you can't tell the difference. And so when I say that I can't tell the difference, I mean that in the best possible way. I really enjoyed how intricate that choreography was and how much she committed to the performance, and part of that commitment was making it feel authentic.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, you're not the first person to ask that question or like to point that out. But one of the things that I think is really cool about XG and what made a lot of us fans is that the fact that I could go to that video and see the shout out to who actually originally done it. They make a special point to pay a lot of homage to people that came before them and where they get the inspiration from.
Yeah,
a lot of times. So a lot of times you will find original credits, samples, stuff like that. Like even when we watched the video last week when they did Peaches, like they did credit that like that was a Bieber song, that they were covering.
Sure.
And they'll continue to do that, which is funny because this particular performance, next one up is Chisa, and she's dancing to Billie Eilish.
That's funny.
Who we just discussed having a new vinyl release in our episode for This Week in Vinyl.
And y'all, like a little behind the scenes on like the shows that we're both doing together. Like we just recorded this week's episode of This Week in Vinyl like an hour ago, like not even an hour ago. Exactly. So like it's funny that he's mentioning Billie Eilish here because like we literally just talked I mean like less than an hour ago we were just talking about Billie Eilish over on my channel. That's funny.
Yeah, when you brought it up, I was like, oh wait, I can't wait to hear this then. So this is Chisa. She is the main vocalist. She is the sub leader of XG. And this is her performance. Here we go.
Clearly a lot of breakdance influence here. I'm kidding.
I had a dream. I got everything I wanted, not what you think. And if I'm being honest, it might have been a nightmare to anyone who might care.
I love this song.
Yeah.
Thought I could fly, so I stepped off the golden. Nobody cried, nobody even noticed. I saw them standing right there. Kinda thought they might care. I had a dream. I got everything I wanted, but when I wake up I see you with me. And you say, as long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. Don't wanna lie here, but you can learn to. If I could change the way that you see yourself, you wouldn't wonder why they don't deserve you. I tried to scream.
Okay. my immediate first thought was, man, she sounds so much like Billie Eilish. Which I realize is like, I was kind of laughing in my head because that was such a dumb thing to think. But as far
spit this coffee.
But I gotta say, man, like there was a lot of intricate stuff going on there, and I appreciate a lot of the little choices. You know, we were talking last week about choices, right? The difference between someone with training and someone with artistic talent isn't in their ability, because you can you can learn training stuff, right? You can learn technical stuff. The artistry is in the choices that you make. And a lot of the choices she was making there, whether it was whether the choices were in the choreography or if they happened collaboratively, like obviously we don't know, at least not with the current information provided. But
just that the choreography was Galen Hooks,
right? But we don't know how much
Yeah.
Chisa had involved. Well, how do I phrase this? We don't know how much Chisa was involved in the development of that choreography with Galen, right? So all of that is to say there was a lot of little choosing when to sing along to the song and when not to, right? Choosing when to put an extra flare on the hip, put an extra flare on the footwork, put an extra flare on the handwork,
right.
Little stuff like that. It was all very intricate, and I felt like really represented the song well, because the song is also very intricate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think I think from what I remember is that each member kind of got to choose what they wanted to do.
Nice.
So
yeah, I mean, we can kind of assume that there was some level of collaboration there before they moved on to recording the finished product.
Yeah, I hope so. But so yeah, that was Chisa, and it's completely different from what you saw with Jurin.
Yeah.
And now we're moving on to Cocona, which is the youngest member, and they are a main rapper in the group, but they're also known for their choreo or dance in general, and you'll see. Anyway, this one's pretty short, just giving you a heads up, but let's go ahead and do Cocona now.
Niggas see me and they run. Silence up on the gun. Niggas that shoot you for none. Trey, Sovi, boys playing with the toys.
Hey, hang on. I have to say, I gotta say, as a hat enthusiast, I'm already offended.
Hats on hats?
You can't put a hat on a hat. That's a big fashion no-no.
Bullshit. You can put a hat on a hat. You ain't never rocked a brim hat with a Scully on top of it?
I listen, I would be lying if I said I never did the Sherlock Holmes where I wore a ball cap backwards and then put another one on top.
You're just a nerd.
But I've never done it in public, man. That's private time stuff. That's stuff I do in my room when no one's looking.
Oh my God.
Wearing two hats at once, man. That's crazy. All right, let's get back to it.
But look, it won't last for long, so relax. You'll be okay. Here we go.
Silence up on the gun. Niggas that shoot you for none. Trey, Sovi, boys playing with the toys. I bet he make a movie. Pop dripped up in Louis.
Yeah.
Couple hundred and some jewelry. Spent 55 on her booty. Touch her ass a nigga shooting. AP, spicy. I bust a check in my Nike. Am I a killer? Might be. Two-tone, icy. AP, spicy. I bust a check in my Nike. Am I a killer? Might be. Two-tone, icy. Talk to me nice. Or don't talk at all. Huh? I make a call on this war. I'm off that I had a roll. Talk to me nice. Or don't talk at all. Huh? I make a call on this war. I'm off that I had a roll.
Like I said, it was a shorter one.
Who's the first performer? That was Juria?
That was Jurin.
Jurin. Okay. Right. Those are the two that I gotta make sure I keep straight. So the first performance from Jurin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something right now that might get me in a little bit of trouble, but I promise, internet, listen to me please carefully. I promise this comes from a respectful place.
Okay.
Cocona was popping and locking a lot harder than Jurin.
Oh yeah,
Like the pops were a lot cleaner.
A lot of people have said that, but I also think. Well, here's the thing. I think, in my opinion, because I'm I'm a big hip hop head. Cocona style was more about the popping and locking itself, while Jurin's was more of like hip hop dance.
Sure, a little more freeform.
Yeah, it was more focused on like a hip hop dance routine, where Cocona was doing more of the jerking and popping style.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of different styles of hip hop dance, and so I think that's what they were trying to portray, is that like we both like hip hop, but I'm gonna do this style and you gonna do that style, or whatever.
Yeah, and I think that's valid. I appreciate that they're taking these steps to sort of like introduce the personalities through these little dance shorts, because like honestly, this is giving me an even deeper picture of who they are as people.
Exactly.
And so if that's what they were trying to communicate 4 years ago, what I can see on the screen there 4 years ago when this video got posted, then I think that mission is accomplished. I'm getting a much better picture of who they are as individuals.
And the choreographer was Bailey Sock.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah, again, this also goes back to what I was saying about their marketing strategy. I think this was a brilliant move. So
I had a similar idea when I had my first podcast back in 2009. I had kind of a similar marketing idea where I wanted to sort of like introduce the individuals and then do a final video where we sort of like came together and like introduced ourselves as a group. And I did not do it like this. And I did not do it as well. Like I had the idea, the execution was not there.
You know what? We'll work on it. Maybe we can do something like that for the Slack pack.
I'm going to tell you right now, I am not popping and locking for you. I will do this. I'll sit here.
Not
I'll
what
sit
I was
here.
talking about. But
I am too old and too fat for that shit anymore.
Okay, next up is Hinata. Hinata is a vocalist, sub-vocalist on the team, but she's the main choreographer.
Okay.
She's listed as. So this is her thing. And it'll be different again. Here we go.
Okay.
Ready?
Hinata. Got it. Let's go. I'm such a sucker for that summary vibraphone.
Midnight shadows, we're finding love is a battle, but daylight is so close, so don't you worry about a thing. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. Baby, don't you know all the left tears gon' come and go. Baby, just gotta make up your mind.
She's
So
like, I'm cute. and
you
cute
like the Ninja Turtles, right?
Hell yeah, I love the Ninja Turtles.
Is Hinata kind of the Michelangelo of the group?
You know what's funny? No.
No?
Here's what's funny about Hinata is like, no, don't get me wrong. Like, are you asking that because she had such a like fun popping
Yeah, it was
style?
It was very fun. It was very vibey. Like I was gonna go with like she's kind of the Phoebe of the group, but that was maybe a reference I wasn't sure you would be appreciating. So I went with Ninja Turtles instead of Friends.
Here's the funny thing about most of the XG members that you're gonna come to find out.
Yeah.
They're all kind of dorks.
Oh yeah.
They're so lovable. They're so lovable, dog. They're all kind of like just these, like behind this, like because they have a documentary where they've also documented their journey.
Okay.
I was planning to show you some of in the future as well. But Hinata is super shy, quiet. She loves to draw.
Okay.
And she's an anime nerd.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that was honestly when I watched K-pop Demon Hunter last year with my wife. Instantly fell in love with it, by the way. Yeah. Instantly. Like we had a night where we were just like, what do we watch? And I was like, well, everybody's into this K-pop Demon Hunter. You want to check it out? And she's like, yeah, all right. So we like put it on, and like by the end of it, we were like, oh my God, gonna be gold. Like we're in love with it, right? By the end of that movie, we were such huge fans. But one of my favorite things about that movie was that off stage, all three of those girls were dorks. Like just absolute dork, like completely lovable dorks, and that's my friends. That's like the people that I like to hang out with, the people in that nerd sphere. You know, you and I go to cons and stuff, and we hang out with dorks that are dressed up in costumes and stuff, and like that's our friend group, man.
True.
That's why you and I get along so well.
You know, yeah. Oh, by the way, the style of dance that Hinata was doing was a combination of tutting and whacking, which has been around for a long time, but it's been repopularized in the last few years, I've noticed.
Okay.
But I liked her coordination in that. And let me make sure that I also give that credit to, first of all, I'm also going to like this video. I think I had liked all these videos on my old YouTube account and not on this one. So I'm going to try to correct that right now. But that was
I was going to be real mad at you about that if you didn't like the videos.
That was choreographed by somebody named Spella.
Okay.
So that was Hinata.
Shout out to Spella and Hinata for putting a cool piece together. Yeah.
Okay, we'll get this going. Next up is Maya. I don't think they did this, and I don't know why they chose this specific order for how people released. Maybe it was just when it was ready or whatever. Mm-hmm. But Maya is the second youngest of the group. She is a main rapper, a sub vocalist, and yeah, that's all you need to know, I guess. But this is Maya.
Hey, real quick, just to make sure I'm very clear on this, Maya uses she/her pronouns.
No, that was yes. Maya uses she/her.
Okay,
pronouns. Maya
uses she/her pronouns. That's all. I just want to clarify that.
The only one who uses they, them, or he, him pronouns is Cocona, because they transitioned this year or late last year, I think, to mask non-binary. So Cocona was the one you liked, the poppin' and lockin'.
Okay, so Cocona uses they, them pronouns. Maya uses she, her.
Yeah, everybody else in the group uses she, her.
Okay.
Cocona's the only one who uses they, them, or he, him.
I want to make sure that I'm getting the pronouns right, and that's one of the things I want to work on as I'm learning everybody's names and sort of learning everybody's personalities. Since you called out the pronouns thing, I also want to make sure I'm getting the pronouns right too, because that's really important.
Hey, listen. We might mess up from time to time, but the important part is that we will try to remember and correct ourselves, and we actually do want to respect it. But mistakes happen, so don't beat yourself up, okay?
Just doing my best out here.
All right. Okay. Actually, moving up to Maya. Let's go.
Sierra.
Catch me in the mall, you know I bought out G5 plane. Yeah, I flied out. On the back, look like Lack sitting on 28. No, you can't get her if you ain't got plenty cake. ATL, Georgia. Booties look like this size. 23 waist, pretty face. Big thighs.
I can do it. I can do it down. I can do it whenever or however you want. I can do it up and down. I can do circles. To him, I'm a gymnast. This one is my circus. I market it so good. They can wait to try. I work it so good. Ladies trying to buy me. They love the way I ride it. They love the way I ride it. They love the way I ride it. They love the way I ride the beat. How I ride the beat. I ride it. They love the way I ride it. They love the way I ride it. They love the way I ride the beat. Like I'm free. And I won't stop, don't stop. Get it. I'ma pitch it down a little, baby. Hit it. I do it to right.
And I'm out of here. You know, it's funny to me because like that routine, which I haven't seen who choreographed it yet, but it was so like 2000s coded for like an R&B video. And, like,
I mean, it's Sierra, man. Like,
right, exactly. And I was like, Okay, so actually, let's look and see who choreographed that.
Well, and while you're doing that, I just want to call out really quickly. So at one point, I had.
Oops. Yeah.
At one point, hey, there's Juria. At one point, I had kind of a weird look on my face, and it was what I was kind of reacting to was the sort of chopped and screwed, like pitched down, like the male part on the song.
Yeah.
That is a trend that should have stayed in the 2000s. Like that, I never cared for that trend, that vocal style. Sierra started leaning really heavy into that later in her stuff, and because it was like a popular trend for a while to do that, like in the late 2000s and early 2010s. But dude, that was one of those with Sierra where like the more she included other people, the worse her songs got. Sierra was so much stronger when she stood on her own.
Okay, you think so?
And so like it's a taste thing, you know, like it's nothing against Sierra other than it was the dude on the vocal track that was giving me that face. That being said, the dance performance was fantastic, and I was clocking. I don't know why we're like 4 of these videos in already, and I'm just now clocking the way that they have their studio set up to shoot these. And it's such a simple 2-point lighting, and it's such a simple like color wash behind, and they're literally in a dance studio. You can see the mirrors on the wall. You can see the railing against the other side. It's just like a practice studio where they just set up a couple of lights, and then you got somebody probably holding a cell. Like, I don't even know if that's a real camera they're using. They're probably holding a cell phone or something to shoot the whole thing. Like, I wouldn't be like, maybe it's a real camera. I don't know what kind of camera it was. Honestly, you can't really tell like just from this. But I was seeing like how they were kind of moving in and out. The camera was moving around a little bit with the performance, which I really appreciate because it feels so much more dynamic when the camera moves with the performer and they're not just standing stationary like that tripod video we saw last week.
Yeah. Well, in the dance practices, you'll see as we keep going more with those two, they have very good camera people that add to their performances and stuff like that. But
I mean, in the one video last week, they had camera people that were walking backwards up the stairs. Do you know how hard that is?
You still stuck on that? It's hilarious.
It's hard. It's hard to do, man. Honestly, I can kind of feel my ankles starting to go just thinking about it. Like,
but yeah, so that was Maya, and this is Juria, and like I said, you know, as you can see, all of them got to choose to do their own thing, and it kind of lends towards their personalities.
Yeah, I dig that.
Except, I will be honest, you know what? We'll talk about this one afterwards. So this
Sure.
is Juria. Now remember, the first one you saw was Jurin.
Mm-hmm.
This is Juria.
Yes.
She is the other main vocalist in XG.
Her name is in giant letters on the screen, and I can read it. So Thank you for clarifying that.
No problem. I got you.
All right, let's go.
Here we go.
I told y'all we're dorks.
Baby, look me in my eyes when I tell you tonight I need all your
You see what I mean about that camera movement?
Yes.
Baby, take me on a ride. Tonight you be my handyman, 'cause I need you to fix this slowly. I need that good love that can't get enough. That bite in the pillow that I can't get up. That taking your time, 'cause we ain't gotta rush. We ain't gotta rush. We ain't gotta run. I want you to make me feel like I'm the only.
To me, this is a different style of R&B dancing.
Put everything aside
out of here.
Nice. Pop culture steals a lot from hip hop culture,
Yes.
but I don't think that's up for debate by anybody.
Yeah.
But the styles are still very distinct, and you can really see it here. That's the thing that I was kind of noticing during that performance is she is so much, she's so pop driven, and in her style and her vibe and her performance compared to some of the other performers that have been very hip hop driven.
Yeah, hip hop or R&B driven, and that's
Yeah.
what I mean. Like
Jurin,
yeah,
for example.
So, God, should I tell him now, folks? Like, should I just lay it on him, or make him see? Should I give him a warning and tell him that? I don't know what to do, alphas. Look, here's the thing. They like a lot of different genres. That's
Sure.
all I'll say.
Yeah. I believe that, dude.
Yeah.
Look at my damn record shelf. You think I've got one style of music up there?
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just
No.
saying them.
No,
What you're
I'm
going
saying
to see from them.
everybody. Everybody is eclectic. Like especially if you're an artist, you're gonna be influenced by a lot of different things, right? A lot of different styles, a lot of different places. I'm not trying to pigeonhole any one of these
Oh, no,
artists.
I don't think you are. I'm just trying to give you a heads up. Yeah. Also, there's no more coffee in here, so
We better wrap this up quick.
we got one left. So that was Juria, and that was choreographed by May J. Lee.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So one left, and I believe it is Miss Harvey. Yeah. Okay. Let's blow that up. Okay, so that says Harvey. Okay. You see it? You can read it, right?
She, her pronouns.
Yeah. You got it, man. You got it.
All right.
Okay, and this is going to be different. So here we go.
You better work. It's Fashion Week up in here, man. So I am a sucker for a Fresnel with some barn doors, and I'm a sucker for a well-placed spotlight. That was a lot of fun. It felt like immediately it felt very Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Felt very runway. And it's just another excellent example of how broad a pop music presentation can be. You know, we talked a little bit last week about the difference between like a broad lake versus a deep well, right? And we're seeing it again here. This is just more breadth to what is contributing to the styles of the individuals that ultimately create the group. None of the other performances were anything like this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think. I mean,
and that's amazing.
Yeah, I think the two that came closest might have been Maya and Juria, only because they were both an R&B type style, and then Cocona and Jurin because they were more of a hip hop style. But they're still both very different from each other. So, yeah, and that's actually why I think again back to the marketing strategy. That's why they made this so that before anything even came out, They wanted to show us that each person is just different.
Yeah, I can see that. It's
somehow they're working together. So
yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, pop culture steals a lot from hip hop, right?
Yeah.
And so if you do it right, they can blend really seamlessly. Because in a lot of ways, especially here in Western culture, pop and hip hop those lines are very blurry sometimes. They can be. And so like, that's one of the things that I appreciate about what they're doing. Like I said, I haven't jumped ahead in the class assignments. I'm waiting for the teacher, but, based on just what I've seen on the last episode and now on this one, I'm seeing a really broad lake of styles and talents and influences that are contributing to what will ultimately, like I said, come together to form the Voltron of a Japanese pop group.
Yeah, pretty much. So that was the last one for today, and so we can, get on out of here for now for that. But glad you got to see it. We did all of the move series. There is still move 3, 4, and 5, I think, for us to look through, and we'll keep doing that. But our next session, and this is for you, Slack Pack, as well, and for the DJ Switch fans watching. Our next up on our schedule is we will be recording another episode of This Week in Vinyl over on his channel, which will, go check out the one from last week, which is, this one.
We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going every week. I mean, every Monday, man, new episodes. That's one of the things I love about that format is I was kind of telling you, like I can throw those together in like 10 minutes. Just have like a list of records I'm excited about every week, and then you and I just have to hit the record button and hang out for 20, 30 minutes.
Which I don't mind at all. And then for the next session, Alphas, if you want to keep following Switch's journey, I plan to show him Vox number 2, tape number 2, and then I probably will go into Mascara and the dance practice in that video. So check out This Week in Vinyl, and then come back and check us out for more XG.
Before we take off, I gotta admit to something. I do owe you an apology, and I owe both the Slack Pack and the Alphas an apology. I sometimes do wear multiple hats. For example, I'm a DJ, but I'm also an audio engineer. I'm also sometimes a lighting tech. I'm also sometimes a content creator, which is why I'm noticing things with cameras and noticing things with lighting. Sometimes I'm just a liar, and I will put on multiple hats.
Oh my God. I didn't know where this was going, y'all, but I didn't think this was it.
Sometimes I'm just a dork and I'm willing to do stupid stuff for a cheap laugh. I mean, it's just kind of is what it is.
This guy. Okay, I want to hear comments about what this thing he just did to us. Okay, you don't let that slide. Let him know that he's ridiculous.
Oh God! Please subscribe to my YouTube.
All right, we're gonna get out of here, y'all. Subscribe to all of us. That being said, I will give you my usual. Please be safe, but stay dangerous. Peace, y'all.
Later.
Out.